Well, humans, how are you? My name is Jim Kerr. Came on here to talk today a little bit about fear and what that looks like in your life, about what you're afraid of, why you're afraid of what you're afraid of. You know, fear is kind of one of those things. It kind of hides around the corner, just waiting to jump out at you. It doesn't really do anything. It doesn't really hurt you. It just kind of freaks you out a little bit. So, it kind of happened to me last night. Yeah, I was at dinner with my wife, and I got a call saying that the police had contacted my son. Now, that offends me. I don't like that idea. I'm not sure why they would have done that. And at the time, I was kind of gutted. I'm like, why are you contacting my family right now? I mean, I'm quite confident it has something to do with the Farmers Protest Canada, because I'm throwing my support behind that. It looks like a great initiative, and I'm going to do whatever I can do to help people to get involved. Which, by the way, the action plan right here, if you're watching this right now, is to get to the Zoom call that'll be happening in about an hour. This is a public Zoom call for anybody who's interested in the Farmers Protest and what that's all about. It's being hosted by Frake Shep, young guy, 22-year-old out of Nova Scotia, I believe, or New Brunswick. I'm not really sure. Sorry, but yeah, energetic young man who sees that there's something wrong here, want to do something about it. So he's helping. He's just kind of helping us all to get on the same page here. He created a page. I jumped on the page, and now we're all kind of jumping on the same page because we're not on the same page as the government. You know that, right? You know that the government isn't your friend. You know that any government that's willing to come in and wholesale slaughter healthy animals without testing them first in the most graphic and disgustingly violent way possible, they should be held accountable. I'm just saying. And a lot of people feel that way. Now, a lot of people are angry too. They want to take more drastic action. Well, I would suggest those who are violent, get in the back. Those who are peaceful, come on up front. You know, we're in a kind of war, as it were. It's a war of the mind. It's a war of the opinions, a war of the belief systems about what we're going to do, about what we see in front of us. We don't have to have all the answers, but I would suggest that collectively, not one of us has all the answers, but collectively we have all the answers. And the answers to getting all of the answers is to get collectively with others, which is what's happening at the Farmers thing this weekend. It's one of the most incredible things. I'm sure the liaison, if you're watching me right now, I don't want to speak with you. And the reason I don't want to speak with you is because I haven't done anything illegal, nor do I want to interface with the police. Now, that's not to say that we should be afraid of the police. The police can do a very, very good job. There's a lot of things that they do well. Unfortunately, when they follow the law, whatever that happens to be, written by whoever for whatever reasons, over the moral law that tells them what's right and what's wrong, then there's a problem there. Now, I'm not going to say that that the cops are like this. Okay, no, I believe most of the cops actually want to do a good job. I really believe that, and I don't believe that they're out to get you, folks. If you're out on a stroll there on Saturday and you're driving from one location to the next, you're not doing anything illegal. Don't stop. Okay, don't stop. Don't stop in the middle of the road. Follow the freaking laws and allow for emergency vehicles. Go from where you're going to where you're going, where you're starting from to where you're going, and gather with each other. Compare notes. We're going to need each other. Yeah, you can tell, right? Hey, CFIA, what's the deal with the clone meat? You're not going to put labels on clone meat, but everybody's going to have to eat whatever is in that plastic packaging, which may have no more nutritional value than the actual plastic packaging itself. I know that's hyperbole. But I don't want my food out of a factory. I don't want 3D printed meat. Thank you very much. I want our farmers who have lived on the land, put their hands in the land and toiled on the land. I want these people to succeed, because when they succeed, I eat well and my family is healthy. Okay? The farmers of this country are the backbone of everything that we do. Farmers, truckers, veterans, the ones that don't get paid a whole bunch, that work all the time. And all they need is a little bit of defense every once in a while. Ladies and gentlemen, this is called the Farmers Protest Canada. Not just because there's farmers involved, but because every single one of us depends on a farmer every single day we cook breakfast. Okay? You control the food, you control the people. They're trying to control you with fear, folks. The police that are calling you, the liaisons, the RCMP. Are you the organizer of this? Well, no, you're not. You're a piece of the puzzle, just like we all are. You know, they've taught us how to treat them. Okay? We're not allowed to be organizers. Nobody allowed to be an organizer. You know what an RCMP guy said to this a little bit more than middle-aged or older-aged woman that had put out a flyer. She was going to do a thing in a province. You know what they said to her? You know what happened to Tamara Litch and Chris Barber, right? You don't want that to happen to you. You're going to get a $290 ticket if you're driving too slow, or a couple of points off your thing. Now, that was enough to deter this young lady, and that's okay. Because if you don't want ramifications, don't get into war. But the problem is you are in a war. And unless you want the ramifications to be way worse than a $292 ticket, you better get your asses out in the streets. Now, what is going to be the main outcome of this? How do we know it's a success? You know how we know it's a success? Because we do it again next month on the 22nd. And the month after that on the 22nd. And the month after that on the 22nd. And the month after that on the 22nd. The people have been fed up. They've had enough, okay? They don't want to bring arms out. They don't want to go shooting around, but we're going to be heard. It's happening this weekend. I'm very excited to be part of it. You should too. I'm going to put the link to the Zoom thing in here so you guys can join in. I want you to share this thing out so people understand regular people make all the difference in the world. When you just give a little bit more than you take, when you get out of your comfort zone just a little, you get a little bit more courage. You feel a little bit more self-respect, and you stand a little taller and you do different actions. Actions with better results. All right. So Canadians, we've done things like this before. We will do things like this again. We are resilient. We don't fall down, and we don't kowtow to freaking bulliness. All right. The government's being a bully. CFIA are being a 4-letter bully, pushing around families and trying to scare everybody. You know what? I'm not scared. Neither should you be. Let's get out on the streets this Saturday, November 22nd, and then December 22nd, and then January 22nd is the convoy thing. Remember that thing happened? 2022? January 22nd is when it happened. In BC, same place as the Edgewood Cull happened. Cull. It was a murder. It was a slaughter. It was disgusting. And it was perpetrated by your government with your money, your tax dollars, folks. Okay? We need to do something now before it gets out of control. The end of the year is coming. Do you understand that the WHO now controls Canada pretty much? It's weird. I don't know how it happened, but it did. C8, C9, all these bills. Dude, you're going to be a terrorist if you say something on the internet. They're going to come and arrest you. Do you want to live in that kind of Canada? I most certainly don't, which is why I'm going to be on the streets this Saturday. FarmersProtestCanada.com and FarmersProtestCanada@gmail.com. Okay, that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. A whole bunch of people are helping out. If you want to help out, that's great. All we need you to do, contact Teresa Joy. Teresa Joy is getting a lot of joy out of creating posters. So if you have a place that you're going from and to, and you're going to bring some people with you, Teresa Joy is a really good contact. She can make a poster for you, and it's kind of cool. So, and there's a lot of really, really great people that are getting involved right now. It is out of control, folks. Canada's out of control. The RCMP's out of control. CFIA's out of control. RCMP are a bunch of lapdogs for the CFIA. Do you know how much money they spent? They had 20 plus officers, about 10 cars there a day that were traveling 2 hours a day and working 12-hour shifts and staying in hotels for well over a month and a half, actually, about 6 weeks. The kind of money that you guys, we are coming out of our pockets to do this is ridiculous, and it doesn't have to continue. Okay, we don't have to be terrorists. We don't have to be crazy people in order to make this happen. We got to be people that are willing to stand up. And if you're afraid of what somebody else thinks of you, you better get over it right now, because in war, there ain't like that. Okay, we win by wanting and needing and understanding that winning is the only option. We must provide alternatives for Canadians. Y'all don't want to be eating clone meat behind bars, man. Behind a digital bar called a digital ID. Don't do that shit. Okay? I warned y'all about that shot. Don't do the digital ID thing. Might seem convenient. Not. The money systems are already co-opted. Digital ID, turn you on and off. Social credit system, you ever heard of that? It's coming. It's coming. Out on the streets this Saturday. I love you all. I'm going to put the link to the Zoom thing here. Thank you very much for giving a crap enough to do something about this, Canada. It's not over till it's over. It's not over till it's over. And we don't ever have to give up. We can keep on going. 22nd of every month. I don't care where you are. I don't care what you do. 22nd of every month. Let's get out there and do something. Bring a sign. Talk about what matters to you. You don't need leaders to tell you what to do. You lead yourself. You step up and you do something that's important to you so you feel good about yourself and other people can get an example from you. All right. Well, I love you guys. We'll take care and hope to see you on the Zoom tonight. See you out on the streets this weekend, whether you're on an overpass with a sign, whether you're driving with a group of people, whether you're going to attend one of the rallies, whether you're just going to meet with some people and have coffee. It doesn't really matter, man. We need each other right now. Canada's in big trouble. It's the Canadians that care that are going to save it. All right? Canadians with common sense that care. That's a lot of CCs right there, eh? CC your friend on this stuff, all right? I love you. Okay.
Boom, 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 boom. Gonna shoot you right down at all your feet.